I'm not a professional on gender studies in any way.
A trans female could get pregnant?
Identify with that.
Yeah.
A man who...
Wait, did I say that wrong?
I don't know.
I might have.
That's a false message you sending to children because somewhere along the line a child is going to see that.
Well, you mentioned children. This individual wrote a children's book. It says, "In my daddy's belly."
Why?
What's going on, everyone? James Klug here. Today I'm in Philadelphia, and we're going to ask college students if men can get pregnant, and then ask the same question to average people on the street. This should be a good time. Let's go talk to some people. Huge shout out to our friends over at iTarget for sponsoring this video. Can men get pregnant?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know.
No? You don't know?
I don't know.
I believe a man can get pregnant.
Sometimes.
I might have learned this in some class, I think.
Depends on what they identify as.
No.
I think, yeah, technically, yeah.
If you identify as male, but you're biologically a female, you can, yes.
Can men get pregnant?
No. That's a stupid question. But yeah, no. No.
No.
What's that, a trick question?
No, I don't think so.
No, impossible. You don't have a vagina to get pregnant.
I'm getting a little worried about where this conversation is going, so I will escape this conversation. I'm sorry.
What's so worrisome about it?
I feel like this is a controversial topic. I don't want to.
Is it?
I don't want to answer. We're not doing this.
Is it controversial?
It's controversial, definitely.
Well, why is that?
Because everyone has a different opinion of what a man is.
Like, what source is this for? Like, what's like the...
This is going on MySpace.
On MySpace?
Well, no, I guess men can't get pregnant, but a trans female could get pregnant. Female could get pregnant.
I might have to pass, because I feel like that's a strange question for... At least in the current times, you know?
Who might have been.
Trans female could get pregnant?
Identify with that.
Yeah.
A man who...
Wait, did I say that wrong?
I don't know.
I might have.
Come on, you know that. Come on, man. You're a man, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you get knocked up?
No, sir.
All right, then why would you ask me something crazy like that?
It is a little crazy.
Oh, you mean because trans people say that they can do that?
No. Men? How can men get pregnant?
You haven't gotten pregnant?
No.
I mean, if there's a trans man who was assigned female at birth, I'm not a professional on gender studies in any way.
I guess, in my opinion, you don't have to be biologically male to be a man, and so yes, men can get pregnant.
You said yes.
Well, I feel like technically yes. Like, that's just like a fact, right?
Can men get pregnant?
Like, yeah, like technically they are able to, right?
You and I, we can't get pregnant?
No.
Do you mean, like, is it right to, or?
You mean technically men can get pregnant?
Well, yeah.
You know, I'm talking to college students today. Some of them are saying absolutely yes. What's going on there?
I don't know, this world's going to hell, that's all I know.
I don't see how they can physically get pregnant.
I have no idea. I've never heard of that, ever.
What on earth is going on there?
Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I don't think that's real.
It's what you call an illusion. I call it
A delusion?
illness of the mind.
It's the nature of what's going on with media and everything else. They've grown accustomed to whatever it is. And so, yeah, they can believe that they could get pregnant, but the reality is they can't. Men don't have the necessary parts in order to carry a child to term, let's say.
I know it's a hot topic. I would say they're a little bit confused, but obviously it's tough to say, especially in this campus.
Maybe they are thinking of male seahorses.
Male is also female seahorses? How does that work? I'm not that caught up on my seahorse fun facts.
I'm not really either.
Yeah, but we do know something along those lines.
Something along those lines, yeah.
Well, I guess that there's the debate that you could say, okay, like, are you considering it on a basis of gender or sex? And if you're saying a man based on gender could get pregnant, then I think so. But based on sex, so I guess it's people's definition of that.
I wouldn't want to have a baby as a man.
No, that would be, how would that work? I don't know.
I don't know either.
All right, everyone, let's take a few moments to talk about today's sponsor. There's a lot that people are nervous about out there. Open social media or turn on the news, and all you'll see is crime and societal decay. And a lot of people just run out and buy a firearm, and then it sits in a safe. If there's ever an emergency, they're not gonna be prepared and run the risk of hurting themselves or others. You guys, there is no way around it. you need to train often. Now, unfortunately, it's time consuming to go to the range, if there's even one near you, and ammo prices are insane. Practice alone, compete with friends, or use it to safely train friends and family that are new to firearms. You guys go to itargetpro.com and get 10% off at checkout when you use the offer code Klug. This is the smartest, safest way to train, which is why competitive shooters trust dry fire training as part of their regimen. Get yours today. That's the letter I, targetpro.com, itargetpro.com, offer code Klug for 10% off at checkout. Take advantage of this deal, you guys. I'll put a link down in the description below. Let's get back on this video.
So we're talking to some people today that are saying, no, men can't get pregnant. What's going on there?
Well, I think they believe that if you have a vagina, you're a woman, which is not necessarily the case.
What's going on there?
I don't know.
I guess they're just thinking like in simple terms, like, you know, a woman gets pregnant, man doesn't. Also, I feel like men can like breastfeed.
I guess if you were saying that men can get pregnant, then you would imagine that men could breastfeed as well.
Yeah, I saw it on BuzzFeed once, so I think maybe.
Are you trolling me?
No, I'm serious.
I feel like a lot of people are just ignorant to things that trans people do and can experience.
No, maybe they are women who identify as men.
Does that make them men?
If they believe they're men, then sure.
So you think maybe that's what some people are bringing up today when it comes to, yes, men can get pregnant? Is there women that think that they're men that are getting pregnant?
Not that they think they're men, that they identify as men.
What's the difference?
Because thinking implies that they're not actually men.
Does identifying as a man also imply that as well?
No.
Like if they were a man, wouldn't you just not say that at all and you would just say they're a man?
Sure.
What's a man?
Somebody who identifies as a man or a woman.
Okay. So anybody that identifies essentially as a man.
Correct.
We're saying trans men. In your view, are trans men men?
Yes.
Okay. Do you always include it with trans before men when you say that, or do you usually just say men?
I think it depends on the topic.
For the purpose of the video, could we define man without using the word man in the definition?
For example?
Yeah, typically somebody who uses he, him pronouns would be a man.
I see a man as an XY chromosome. That's what a man is.
Fair enough. There seems to be some scientific evidence to support that claim.
Yes. Trans men and cisgender men do have different experiences.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes it is important to differentiate between trans men and cisgender men. And a lot of times I feel like it comes from a place of ignorance where people don't think of trans people as the gender that they prefer.
Am I being filmed? Because I gotta say this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, look, you had men saying that, okay, today I wake up, oh, I feel like I'm a woman. No. You want to be that way because you want to be accepted because of your sexual preference. You want to be treated like a lady. Okay, I don't knock nobody for what they choose to do in life. That is your right. Okay, but when you infringe on me, you want to take over the women's sports. Okay, you have men who want to compete against women because they feel as though they're trans. They feel as though they're, like, okay, I'm a lady. That's not fair. A man is physically stronger than a woman.
It's very gray zone.
Gray zone. Is that more? Would you consider that more scientific, or do you consider that more ideological when it comes to your perspective of men getting pregnant? What do you think?
It can be scientific.
I mean, it does seem like it would be an ideological issue.
It's not like an ideology.
I think it's more of a philosophical argument on what you consider a dude than a scientific.
I don't discriminate against people who see it as more of an ideology.
One thing that I'm showing a lot of people is earlier this year on Glamour magazine, you're mentioning media, Glamour highlighted this individual on the cover, right? And it says, I'm a pregnant trans man, meaning biological woman identifying as a man, and I do exist. No matter what anyone says, I'm living proof. So that's the individual right there. Is this evidence that men can get pregnant, or is this nonsense?
I'm going with nonsense.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Not to my knowledge, no.
I'm not really sure.
I have no clue. I have no clue what's going on there.
If baby comes out, and I honestly don't give a
If it's a woman biologically, Sure, she can get pregnant.
So this
She
isn't.
have ovaries. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's a female. You
So
know?
this is not good evidence to show that men can get pregnant.
No, that's an illusion.
No, not in my opinion.
She's a biological woman saying that she's a man. So, yeah, she might say she's a trans man, but she's still a woman. Physically, she's still a woman.
That's a false message you sending to children because somewhere along the line, a child is going to see that.
Well, you mentioned children. This individual wrote a children's book. It says, "In my daddy's belly."
Why? Why would you do something like that when you know you're misleading children? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, I mean, it's hard enough to get up in the morning to go to school. And then they got to go to school and believe that, okay, I want to wear a dress, I'm a little boy. I mean, come on, the children got to live their life. At least let them choose, but they forcing it on them.
Would you ever read your children that book?
No, because that would confuse them.
They have to be explained that. They don't understand that yet.
No, because kids are already questioning everything. You know, like, hey, how come they painted their car black or red or whatever? So what's going to do is it's going to confuse the child.
Well, my father or my mommy said this, which is not true. But most children are going to believe what their parents tell them because that's who they love. That's who nurtured them. And you know what I'm saying?
They're impressionable.
Right, exactly.
I'm not going to comment on that just because
We're getting into dicey territory
yeah,
there.
dicey territory.
Yeah.
So I don't, yeah.
Where are you at on that?
My personal belief?
Yes, sir.
I think it's wrong. You know, I think a man is a man, a woman's a woman.
You don't feel comfortable commenting on if that's right or wrong for children to read?
Yeah, no, not particularly.
What do you think? Do you think that is helpful for children, or do you think that's confusing? What do you
I
think?
understand why it would be complicated or why a person might be like, oh yeah, that's like, you know, like scary to show that to children, but I don't see how it could be detrimental to a kid.
Would you show this to your child?
I would.
No, I don't think there's nothing wrong because most Disney shows and, you know, like Disney princesses, they derive from, like, you know, horror stories, so they just switch those around to tell stories. So
Disney movies, telling your kids men can get pregnant,
yeah, I watch
same
some
thing.
SpongeBob episodes and I see some jokes and I'm like, I can't believe they let that off. So
According to my values, that is not inherently wrong. So like, it's okay for my child to see that.
Not for you and your family, though.
No. Let a child grow up first and make their own decisions. You guide them in their life to do the right things in life, but eventually they're going to make their own decisions regardless of what you do. You're not going to be able to force it, and a lot of times if you force something on a child, they're going to be rebellious if they don't want to do it. But don't just push that gender, you know, thing. I mean, I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Yeah, gender identity, gender ideology.
Yeah, don't do that. I mean, because a man is a man and a woman is a woman.
All right, everyone, that is it for today. So a pretty major difference between the responses that we got from college students and people out on the street. And one major takeaway would probably be the same takeaway as the last Can Men Menstruate video, which was a lot of students are just afraid to speak up. You guys, let me know what you thought about these conversations down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, make sure to subscribe for more videos, and hit that bell notification button so you're notified next to my posts. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Clubber, can men get pregnant?
Clubber, can you get pregnant, buddy?